Picture this. You've been receiving your Social Security check every month for years, and suddenly, you open your bank statement to find something remarkable. For the very first time in Social Security's history, millions of seniors are seeing their monthly checks cross the $2,000 threshold. That's right. After decades of smaller, incremental increases, 2025 has brought a historic milestone that affects over 68 million Americans just like you. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits or planning to retire soon, this information could significantly impact your financial future. I encourage you to listen carefully to every detail I'm about to share, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. You might want to grab a pen and paper right now because what you're about to learn could help you maximize your benefits and plan your retirement more effectively. Good friends, let's sit down together and talk about something that's been making headlines and changing lives across America. The Social Security Administration has implemented changes that are putting more money directly into the pockets of our nation's seniors, and it's happening right now, not someday in the future. What exactly happened? Let me start by explaining the most important change that occurred at the beginning of 2025. The Social Security Administration announced a cost of living adjustment, commonly called COLA, of 2.5% for 2025. Now, you might think that doesn't sound like much, but when you apply that percentage to the already substantial benefits that many seniors receive, something remarkable happens. Monthly checks begin crossing that significant $2,000 mark for the first time in the program's history. This 2.5% increase affects more than 72.5 million Americans. That includes nearly 68 million Social Security beneficiaries and about 7.5 million people who receive Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. Some folks receive both types of benefits, but regardless of which category you fall into, your monthly payment increased starting in January 2025. Let me break down what these numbers actually mean for your monthly budget. On average, this cost of living adjustment adds approximately $50 to each monthly benefit check. But here's where it gets interesting. Depending on your specific benefit amount, this increase could push your monthly payment over that historic $2,000 threshold. For those of you receiving the maximum possible Social Security benefit, the numbers are even more impressive. If you retired at your full retirement age in 2025, your maximum monthly benefit could reach $4,018. If you decided to wait until age 70 to claim your benefits, which often results in the highest possible monthly payment, your maximum benefit in 2025 could be as high as $5,108 per month. Now, I want to be clear with you. Not everyone receives these maximum amounts. The maximum benefit requires having worked for at least 35 years, having earned the maximum taxable amount throughout most of your career, and having waited until age 70 to claim benefits. Most people don't meet all these requirements, which is perfectly normal, and nothing to be concerned about. Why this increase happened? You might be wondering why Social Security benefits increased at all. The answer lies in something called inflation, which affects the cost of everything from groceries to gasoline to health care. The Social Security Administration doesn't just randomly decide to increase benefits. Instead, they use a very specific formula based on something called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPIW for short. Think of it this way. When the cost of living goes up, your Social Security benefits should go up too, so you can maintain the same standard of living. The government measures how much more expensive things have become over the course of a year, and then they adjust Social Security benefits accordingly. That's exactly what happened for 2025. The 2.5% increase reflects the actual increase in living costs that occurred during the measuring period. While some years have seen larger increases, and some years smaller ones, this 2.5% adjustment was calculated to help your Social Security benefits keep pace with rising prices for essential items like food, housing, medical care, and transportation. The historical significance. Let me put this milestone into perspective for you. Social Security was established in 1935, nearly 90 years ago. For most of its history, monthly benefit payments remained well below the $2,000 mark for the average recipient. The fact that we're now seeing large numbers of beneficiaries crossing this threshold represents a significant moment in the program's history. This isn't just about bigger numbers on your bank statement. It represents decades of gradual increases, improvements to the program, and adjustments that help ensure Social Security can continue supporting America's seniors. Each cost of living adjustment builds upon previous ones, creating a compounding effect over time. What this means for your daily life. Let's talk about the practical impact of having an extra $50 or more in your monthly Social Security check. For many seniors living on fixed incomes, this additional money can make a meaningful difference in day-to-day life. That extra $50 per month adds up to $600 over the course of a year. For many seniors, that could cover several months of prescription medications, additional groceries, utility bills during expensive winter months, or even small home repairs that might otherwise be postponed. If your increase is larger, perhaps bringing your total monthly benefit over $2,000 for the first time, the impact becomes even more significant. An extra $100 per month means about $200 additional dollars over the course of a year. That's enough to cover unexpected medical expenses, help with holiday gifts for grandchildren, or simply provide greater peace of mind knowing you have a bit more financial cushion. While we can celebrate this historic milestone, it's also important to look toward the future and understand what might happen next. Early projections for 2026 suggest that the cost of living adjustment might be smaller than what we saw in 2025. Some experts are predicting a COLA of around 2.4% for 2026, though these numbers won't be finalized until later this year. This potential smaller increase reflects the fact that inflation has been moderating compared to the higher levels we experienced in recent years. While smaller increases might seem concerning at first, they actually indicate that the overall cost of living isn't rising as rapidly, which can be good news for your purchasing power. Important timing information. If you're receiving Social Security benefits, you should have started seeing your increased payments in January 2025. These payments typically arrive on the same schedule you're already accustomed to, the second, third, or fourth Wednesday of each month, depending on your birth date. For those receiving Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, the increased payments actually began on December 31, 2024. This slight difference in timing is due to how the payment schedules are structured, but the important thing is that everyone eligible received their increased benefits right on schedule. Maximizing your benefits. Since we're talking about historic benefit levels, this might be a good time to review whether you're getting the most from your Social Security benefits. If you haven't already done so, consider creating an account on the Social Security Administration's website at ssa.gov. This allows you to review your earnings history, check your benefit estimates, and ensure all your information is accurate. If you're still working and haven't yet claimed Social Security benefits, remember that delaying your benefits beyond your full retirement age can result in higher monthly payments for the rest of your life. Each month you delay claiming benefits between your full retirement age and age 70 results in an increase to your eventual monthly benefit. Planning for healthcare costs with Social Security benefits. Reaching these historic levels, it's worth remembering that Medicare premiums and other healthcare costs often increase as well. While your Social Security benefits are going up, make sure you're also planning for any changes in your Medicare costs. The good news is that when Medicare Part B premiums increase significantly, there are protections in place to ensure that your Social Security increase isn't entirely offset by higher Medicare costs. This is called the Hold Harmless provision, and it helps protect most beneficiaries from dramatic reductions in their net Social Security benefits. Staying informed and protected as Social Security benefits reach these milestone levels, it's more important than ever to protect yourself from scams and fraud. Unfortunately, criminals often target seniors, especially when there's news about benefit increases or changes to Social Security. Remember that the Social Security Administration will never call you asking for personal information, demanding immediate payment, or threatening to suspend your benefits. If someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security and asks for your Social Security number, bank account information, or other personal details, hang up immediately and report the incident. All legitimate communication about your Social Security benefits will come through official mail from the Social Security Administration or through your secure online account on their official website. The bigger picture. This historic milestone of Social Security checks crossing $2,000 represents more than just bigger numbers. It reflects the program's ability to adapt and continue, serving America's seniors even as economic conditions change. Social Security remains one of the most reliable and important sources of income for millions of retirees. While there are ongoing discussions about the long-term sustainability of Social Security, the program continues to provide essential benefits to current recipients. The automatic cost of living adjustments, like the one that created this historic milestone, help ensure that benefits maintain their purchasing power over time. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want to encourage you to take a few practical steps. First, check your next Social Security payment to confirm you're receiving the increased amount. If you have questions or notice any discrepancies, contact the Social Security Administration directly. Second, consider how this additional income fits into your overall retirement planning. Even an extra $50 per month can be meaningful when used strategically. Whether you use it for immediate expenses, save it for emergencies, or invest it for future growth, make sure this increase works for your specific situation. Finally, stay informed about future changes to Social Security. While we can't predict exactly what future cost of living adjustments will be, understanding how the system works helps you plan more effectively for the years ahead. The fact that Social Security checks are crossing the $2,000 threshold for the first time represents a significant milestone in the program's nearly 90-year history. This achievement reflects not just the 2.5% cost of living adjustment for 2025, but decades of gradual improvements and adjustments that help ensure Social Security can continue supporting America's seniors. Whether your monthly benefit has crossed this historic threshold or you're receiving a smaller but still meaningful increase, the important thing is that Social Security continues to provide the reliable income that millions of Americans depend on for their retirement security. Remember, this increase isn't just about bigger numbers, it's about maintaining your purchasing power and quality of life as costs continue to rise. The Social Security Administration's commitment to annual cost of living adjustments helps ensure that your benefits keep pace with the changing economy. As you move forward, stay informed, protect yourself from scams, and make the most of these historic benefit levels. Social Security has reached this milestone, and you deserve to benefit fully from this achievement.